You've decided to make singing your vocation. Now what? You may be struggling to balance your life and a career in music. Are you curious about how other singers make it or how they've dealt with success and failure? Do you wonder what their biggest challenges have been, or how about what they've learned on their journey and what's important to them today? Hi, I'm Valerie Day, a singer, educator, and creative explorer. You might know me from my work with the Grammy-nominated band New Shoes. Welcome to Living a Vocal Life, where I interview singers who have succeeded in creating a life in music. You'll hear from vocalists of all genres in different stages of their careers, including singers who've been on the Billboard charts and those who are teaching the next generation. What do they have in common? They're all performers with amazing stories to tell and experiences to share. In our conversations, you'll learn what inspired them to become a singer, the kinds of challenges they've encountered, and how they've overcome them. I'll also share what I've learned on my own journey as a singer and educator, practical tools and insights that will help you to live your best, most authentic vocal life. Hello, and welcome to this solo podcast where I'll be talking about a singer's why. Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how." So what is your why? Why are you pursuing a career in music? What do you value? What gives you energy and infuses your life with purpose and meaning? These are big questions, and if you don't have the answers, you're not alone. It can take a lifetime to discover your why. But just asking these questions can be immensely helpful on your journey as a singer. In this podcast, you'll discover why it's important to have an inner compass and how it can help your singing career. You'll also learn how to find your North Star. Doug Silsby, the founder of Presence-Based Coaching and one of my favorite teachers, writes about the importance of figuring out your why. He says, "The question, for the sake of what, lives constantly in us, whether we pay attention to it or not. Most often, we do not. We forget to ask the question and get so wrapped up in activity that we don't remember why we're doing something in the first place. Purpose is within us rather than something out there to be pursued. It's as if we had an inner compass needle that allows us to orient ourselves and set a course in life. When our inner compass needle is aligned, we act in purposeful, directed, energized ways." It took a long time for me to develop my inner compass. If I had known what mattered most earlier in my career, it would have been easier to decide what direction to go in when I reached a crossroad. Your North Star can help you answer the questions that come up in a singer's life. Questions like, is this project right for me? What's the most important thing for me to focus on right now? How do I respond to this request? I'm a mother now. How do I create a life that supports both my child and my singing? Am I ready to make the leap from my day job to a full-time singing career? Clarity around your why can help you to reorient yourself when you lose your way, figure out what in this moment is the most important thing to do, respond to requests knowing that your answer is grounded in your own sense of direction and purpose rather than a fear of missing out. Make important decisions in your life and career that are in alignment with your values. Your why can also help you with the routine, everyday aspects of being a musician and solopreneur. Practice sessions become more powerful and productive, and your branding, social media, and PR will resonate more clearly and authentically. My search for why began when I watched Simon Sinek's TED Talk, Start With Why, How Great Leaders Inspire Action. I highly recommend you watch Simon's talk. In fact, I'll put a link to it in this episode's show notes. His phrase, "People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it," might sound like something that only big companies are interested in, but as a singer, musician, and artist, it's totally applicable. Not only are you your own business, but people are drawn to you because of how you make them feel. This is the why behind the music you make. So, do you play music because you value freedom from convention? Do you value experimental forms of performance art, stripped-down instrumentation, and a driving up-tempo beat that moves bodies on the dance floor? Or do you value storytelling in your lyrics, 3-part harmonies, and acoustic instruments that move people emotionally and keep them glued to their seats, listening to every note and word? When people ask, what do you do? And you reply that you're a punk musician or an acoustic singer-songwriter. What does that tell them? Not much. It tells them what you do. But if you're a punk musician and love blasting the status quo to smithereens, then that's your why. If you're a singer-songwriter and you live to take people on an intimate journey through words and imagery, then that's your why. If you filter everything you create through your why, images, website copy, the way you show up on social media, and how you answer the age-old question, what do you do? Those who value the same things will be drawn to you and potentially become lifelong fans. So what do you think? Do you feel resistance to clarifying your why? That's okay. Asking yourself questions about what you value and what motivates you can take you into murky territory. Putting feelings into words is not an easy task, but I'd like to encourage you to try. Why? Because the journey of a musician is challenging. You already know this. When you lose your way in the crush of the day-to-day stuff, or when all the work you're doing to make it seems futile, it helps to remember why you're doing it all in the first place. When you know what infuses your life with purpose, heart, and meaning, the path to making it in music becomes a different kind of journey, one that gives voice to who you are and who you would like to become. So, are you ready to explore your why? Well, I've created a discovery sheet just for singers to help you get started. Just head on over to my website, ValerieDaySings.com, and you'll find it on the homepage. And if it's helpful to you, the one thing I would request is to let me know. You can leave me a message on my website or my Facebook page. Thank you for listening to this episode of Living a Vocal Life. You'll find complete show notes, links to Simon's TED Talk, the discovery sheet, interviews with singers, and more at ValerieDaySings.com. I'd also love to hear from you. Please let me know what you're struggling with as a singer and what you'd like to hear on this podcast that will help you on your journey. Just get in touch right there on my website or on Facebook or Instagram at ValerieDaySings or Twitter at ValerieDay. If you like what you've heard, consider sharing with a friend. You can also subscribe on iTunes or wherever you go for podcasts. Until next time, be well, keep singing, and thanks for listening.